Good evening, friends. Uh, this is a video which I am presenting on my research paper, which I wrote in the year 2012 on fundamental analysis of three companies, and the three companies are SRF Limited, Navin Fluorine Limited, and Suzlon Energy Limited. And all these three companies are listed on stock exchange. That is, one is on Bombay Stock Exchange, the other one is on National Stock Exchange. And I did my fundamental analysis on these three companies with the help of ratio analysis or ratio as a technical tool. And this research paper I did in the year 2012 and it is published in the year 2012. And interestingly, when I revisited this research paper and I tried to find out the wealth that has been created by three companies in the year 2020, I found that these companies gave phenomenal return, and they are multi-baggers. SRF Limited and Navin Fluorine are multi-baggers in the year 2012. During a span of 8 years, they have given phenomenal returns to the investors who have invested in the share capital of the company, equity share capital of the company. Okay, so the research paper was the fundamental analysis of three companies: SRF Limited, Navin Fluorine Limited, Suzlon Energy Limited, listed on Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange with the help of ratio analysis. This is Professor Ramesh Kumar Mehta from JSPM's Rajarshi Saw College of Engineering, and I hail from Department of Management MBA, and my mobile number is there in the slide. You can note down. If you have any doubts, you can put your doubts on the WhatsApp and I will get back to you. There are some concepts which are being covered in this particular video, which are being discussed in this video, and a comprehensive understanding of all these concepts are been already covered in some of the videos, some of the videos which I have already uploaded on YouTube. You can get back and visit these videos to understand the concepts. Okay, the YouTube URLs are there in this particular slide. Please go and visit these uh, videos and understand the basic concepts. So at the outset, let me thank people who are instrumental in completing this particular research paper and video. At the outset, let me thank my father, Shri N. S. Mehta, who has been in this field, in the field of equity investments, equity research, stock market investments for the last 45 years. And in addition to this, I would like to express my sincere thankfulness to my founder secretary of my college, my group JSPM, Dr. T.J. Sawan sir, who directly or indirectly helped me a lot in undertaking this particular research work. In addition to this one, let me thank Dr. R.K. Jain sir, principal of my college, Rajarshi Saw College of Engineering. He has been a constant source of support to me, a source of inspiration to me, and his blessings have helped me in a long way in completing this particular video. So let me outline some of the objectives with which this particular video has been prepared. The first one is, what is the wealth that has been generated by these companies? Whether there is a wealth generation or not, how much is the wealth generation? Number one. Number two, what are the factors which are considered to be very important for investing in equity shares of a listed company? And in a fundamental analysis, what are the ratios which we have to consider before investing in these companies stock equity share capital? Which are the ratios which are very important, very instrumental, very paramount to be considered to for investment purpose in equity share capital of the company? So if you're talking about equity research, what are the ratios which we have to consider for investment? So I'm going to explain one by one. So this research paper is available online, which was published in the year 2012, which is highlighted in this particular slide on www.publications.com. and three people were instrumental in completing this research paper way back in the year 2012. One is myself, Professor S. Ramesh Kumar Mehta. The other two co-authors are Professor Pramila Parikh and Professor Vijayashree Mehta. They are from the same college, from the same department, and they have helped me a lot in accomplishing this particular research paper. The research paper is available on the URL which I am showing in this particular slide. You can get back to this slide, to this URL. You can download it. It is in the form of PDF, and you can understand what I have written, what are the factors which I have considered, what are the fundamental areas of ratios, and what are the ratios which I have considered for the purpose of investment in SRF, Navin Fluorine, and Suzlon. So this is the research paper which is highlighted for your purpose. Okay, now so let's do a dichotomy of all these three companies one by one and understand what is the wealth they have generated in this last 8-9 odd years. The first company in the case is Navin Fluorine Limited. Navin Fluorine Limited, the market price of this particular share on Bombay Stock Exchange or NSE on 17th April 2020 is 1420 rupees. So the current market price in the year 2020, April 17th, is 1420, 1420. Now, on 28/4/2017, the company has come out with a announcement wherein they have thought of splitting the shares of the company's face value. They have split the face value of the company's share from the old 10 rupees to 2 rupees. Means a investor who has one share will get 5 shares, and the face value will now convert it from 10 to 5 of 10 to 2, sorry. So the guy who used to have one share will get 5 shares of 2 face value. Now this is the chart, this is the slide which depicts, which shows what is the dividend the company has paid from the year 2012 to 2020. So if you look at the slide, they have declared reasonably a good amount of dividend during the last 8-9 years. They have declared interim dividend, they have declared special dividend, they have declared final dividend. And please remember, you can go to the website of the company, you can go to moneycontrol.com, you can go to money.rediff.com, and they have declared a special dividend of 65 and 60 or 65 odd rupees special dividend in the year 2012. Now, so the market value of each share is 7100 rupees, because the person who has invested in 2012 or 13 or 14 will get 5 shares. So multiply the market price with the number of shares. So 1420 into 5 is equal to 7100 rupees is the market value of each share, not market price of each share, it's market value of each share if somebody has possessed some shares before 2017, before the record date. Okay, I will not go into what do you mean by record date and all that stuff. Now, so let's understand what is the rate of return or the kind of returns this particular company has given from the year 2012 to 2020, roughly around 8-9 years. So the market price of this company share in the year 2012, that is the date on which the paper was written. At that time, the market price of each share was rupees 350. Okay, today the market value of this each share is 7100 rupees. That is on 19/4/2020. Okay, this particular video I am preparing it on 22nd or 23rd. So there might be a change in the market price. So if I look at the growth or the rate of return from 2012 to 2020 from this particular share or equity share of Navin Fluorine is, so I've done some calculations, I did it in Excel, and I arrived at a figure, arrived at the answer. It's 45.77%. So 350 into 1 plus 45.77 divided by 100 to the power of 8 is 7100. So 350 becomes 7,100 rupees in a span of 8 years. So if somebody has invested 1 lakh rupees in the equity share capital of Navin Fluorine in the year 2012, the value would have become today, the current value of that 1 lakh rupees is 20 lakh rupees 28,000. Means if somebody has invested uh, 1 lakh rupees and procured equity shares of this company worth 1 lakh rupees in the year 2012, today the worth of it is 20 lakhs 28,000 rupees. So 1 lakh has become 20 lakhs 28,000 rupees within a short span of 8 to 9 years. So it is not on less than 9 years. And please remember, in this during the last 8-9 years, the company has even declared dividend to the shareholders, the shareholders of the company, and the shareholders of the company have enjoyed in the even the dividend of the company. So they have been remunerated, they have been compensated, I will call it, in two forms. One is in the form of dividend and the other form is in the form of capital appreciation. If they have held the company shares from 2012 to 2020, this is what they are getting. So if I benchmark these kind of returns with a bank rate of return or a bank return on fixed deposit. So if you invest in bank FD, 1 lakh in the year 2012 might have become today, the value of it will be 2 lakh rupees approximately. It means it has doubled. But in this case, it has become 20 times. So you can just imagine the kind of returns this company has given. So the sales might have increased, the profit might have increased, so on and so forth. Let's analyze them in the future in the subsequent discussion what we are going to have. Now let's look at the second company in the case. The second company in our case is SRF Limited. The market price of SRF Limited as on 17th April 2020 is 3,405 rupees. Now during this 8 years, starting from 2012 to 2020, the company has even declared a good amount of dividend. As you can see in this particular slide, the company has given reasonable dividend from year to year. They have rewarded the shareholders of the company with reasonable amount of dividends. Now the market price of this share, as I already told, is 3,400 rupees. Now let's understand what is the rate of return what you have got if somebody has invested in the share capital of this company, or if somebody has possessed or purchased or acquired shares from the stock market in the year 2012, and today what is its value. So in the year 2012, the market price of each share, if you would have bought it for rupees 250, and today the market value of each share 250 would become 3,400 rupees. So if I have calculated what is the rate of return, the rate of return is a compounded annual growth rate of 38.56%. So the rate of return per annum is roughly around 39%. So what does it mean? If somebody has invested some 1 lakh rupees in the equity share capital of this company in the year 2012, the same would have become rupees 13 lakh 60,000 in the year 2020. And I am not taken into account the dividend. The dividends are not taken into consideration for calculation purpose. If they would have been reinvested, then the rate would have been some 42%. So 1 lakh has become 13 lakh 60,000 rupees in the during the 8 years, or within a span of 8 to 8.5 years. If the same would have been invested in bank fixed deposit, 1 lakh would have become 2 lakh rupees. So it's almost 13 times. Now the third company in our case study is the research paper was Suzlon Limited. The market price of Suzlon Limited as on date, that is on 17th April 2020, is 3 rupees, a meager 3 rupees. And let me look at the dividend payment pattern of this company. The company has failed to impress the shareholders of the company. They have not paid dividend. They have paid dividend in the year 2006, 7 and 8, and subsequently from 2008 till 2020 they have not paid anything. So this is the bad or sad affairs of the company. So market price as of now, as on today, is 9, that is on 19/4/2020 is rupees 3, and the market price of the share when I wrote the paper in 2012 was 25 rupees. So in the year 2012 it was 25 rupees. Today in 2020 it is 3 rupees. So if you look at the returns, there is no positive return. There is, on the contrary, it's a negative return. 25 rupees has become 3 rupees. So you have lost 22 rupees per share. That means what? If somebody has invested 1 lakh rupees in the equity share capital or equity shares of Suzlon Limited in the year 2012, today the worth of it is rupees 12,000 only. Means what? 1 lakh रुपया 12,000 हो गया है. Means there is a capital loss or a capital erosion of 88,000 rupees. There is an ultimate loss of 88,000 rupees. So we have predicted that this company is not going to fare in the future, and that is what has happened. So thank you so much. And in the next particular video, I'm going to share the parameters, the factors I have considered, based upon which I have recommended in my paper why these companies are going to be very good companies, some of them, and some of them are going to become insolvent. So in the next video, I'm going to tell you the factors which I have considered in my research papers. Thank you so much, and you can get back to me, sorry, on my mobile number, which is there in the first slide. You can put your queries on the WhatsApp. Thank you so much, and God bless you.